terminology that they call logarithm, the short form of writing logarithm is log. And this log is a characteristic that every number must have. For example, 0 must have it, 1, 2, all numbers, even variables, they should have it. But whenever you have it, it doesn't make sense when you say log of a number without talking about what will be at the bottom here. But we like calling this place a name like this, base. Why we used to call whatever we put here, we used to call it number. So therefore, if I want to explain logarithm of a number to a particular base, like I must specify the base, what is the answer that I'm going to get? The answer that I'm going to get is anything that I'm going to put on this base that will give it the number. I will explain that one. So let me just write it to be the power of base. Let me just say that's the answer. So if I ask you that what's logarithm of a number to a particular base, just tell me is the power of base. This is what I mean. For example, if I ask you that what is log of 2, so the question is that to what base? Let's say you tell me base 2. The answer is whatever I am going to put on this base that will change base to number. So I mean, if I say log of 4 base of 2 and I ask you what's the answer, the answer is anything that will put on this base that will turn the base to the number. What will you put on 2 that will turn 2 to 4? That's the answer. For example, in this one, let's assume that your name is Kudira and I make the answer to be K for Kudi. Now the work here is going to be such that K is what I'm going to put on 2 that will turn 2 to 4. Oh yeah, let's write it. Put what? The answer on base, and then you will get what? The number, which is 4. So you know this, I can express this and this to be equal base. For example, 2 raised to power k must be equal to like this one now, 2 raised to the power of 2. So you know base always remove base when you have equality sign. Power must be power. If base is base, power is power. If power is power, base is base. So therefore, k is 2. This simply means that it is 2 that I'm going to put on 2 that will turn 2 to 4. That's the definition of logarithm. So therefore, you can now write, we define logarithm of a number to a particular base to be the power to which the base must be raised to give the number. So if I ask you that what is logarithm of a number to any given base, you tell me that what? The logarithm of a number to a particular base can be defined as the power to which the base must be raised to give the number. Now, as a quick classwork, what will you call the answer to this? Log of 9 base of 3. What will you call the answer? So let's say your name is Chiamaka and then that's C. Then what will you write? Log of 9 base of 3 equals to the answer. That answer is what must stay on the base, right? To give what? To give the number. So 3 raised to the power of that answer must be equals to number. Base raised to power answer should give number. So 3 raised to power C equals to, what is 9? 9 is 3 raised to power 2. So base cancel base, then power equals to power. So the answer is 2. It means that if I put 2 on 3, I will get 9. Now let's try to see another rule that makes sense here. If somebody asks you a question like this, what is log of 0? What is log of 1? You know, they always tell us that log of 1 to any base you like put. For example, let's say I put base 2. What is the answer? Somebody always tell us that the answer must always be 0. How? Why? Let us assume that the answer is what I don't know, x. Then it means that the answer is what I'm going to put on 2 that will turn 2 to 1. What will you put on any number to give you 1? So if I write 2 raised to power x, it must give me 1. And if you remember that every time you have 1, any number that raised to power 0, it must give 1. So therefore, 2 raised to power x must be equals to, I can turn this 1 to any number. For example, I can say it's 2 raised to power 0. And that makes sense. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. Like the story one uncle told us. He said his old grandmother, who was already walking with stick, had a C shape. And one day he just woke up and remember mathematics. So he took a coal and wrote 0 on her head, and the mama became straight 1. So any number raised past 0 must give us 1. So therefore, since base is base, then power must be power. So x is 0. It means that what will I put on to give me 1? Remember the definition of logarithm, the power to which the base must be raised to give the number. So it is 0 that we put on this base that will give us 1. Therefore, the x here, which is the answer, it is going to be 0.